Reality check. It's July and you haven't marked off a single goal since the day you set your resolutions. Don't worry, I'm right here with you. I know what my goals are. I've even glanced at them a few times, but where am I at exactly with my progress? I have no idea. And I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to stay motivated when you feel like a complete failure. But none of that matters because the beauty about life is you can always start over, start fresh. So today, my darling, we're locking in. It's time to get real honest with yourself about who you see yourself as, what you actually want, and what gigantic shifts need to be made ASAP to get you back on track. How you're going to do that is by revisiting your goals with a more intentional eye, asking yourself the hard questions. My favorite, focusing on building better habits over perfection, and identifying your top 3 priorities to knock off first. You might have started this year off with positivity and high energy about how you're going to dominate 2026, and then next thing you know, it's July. It's like you blinked and boom, half the year is already over. And honestly, same, I'm right here with you. I just went over my 2026 goals and I only have like 2 to mark off today. We're both in it together right now. But you want to know why a mid-year check-in is so important to me? Life is crazy and unpredictable, and it's fun, and most of us are just going through the motions, thinking that we're on the right path, we're doing the right things. But honestly, at some point, we really just get comfortable. For whatever reason, we just lose focus. We begin doing just enough when we think we're really doing everything. So this is your reminder right now to hit pause, breathe, and check in with yourself. First things first, you got to get real with yourself. Take out a pen and paper or open your notes app and let's talk about goals. While my dinner's cooking, we're going to do this together. But what I want you to do right now is start with your wins, big or small. Personal, professional, relationships, financial, all of it matters right now. If you're wanting a different life or you're like me and you see yourself as this completely different person, this higher version of you, and no matter what you're doing, you just can't quite seem to get there, I think it's just important to know what you're aiming for. Know that you are on the right track, even if it feels like you're making very small movements. Just can't keep trying things with no plan, and that's where today fits in. You can set your own word later, but for this video, intentional is our spirit word, and we're going to act accordingly. You want to start with your wins, big or small. Questions to ask yourself. What goals did you achieve or make progress on? What are some new skills or habits you developed? Any professional milestones or creative work that you're proud of? What challenges did you overcome? One of my favorites that really lets you think back but not in a negative way. What has made you really happy? That can be things like books, movies, new friends, recipes, beauty products, even places traveled. And lastly, scroll through your camera roll to remember your highs. You gotta do that to know that even if it was something really small, like you still enjoyed life, you still had fun. But we gotta make sure that whoever you're looking at in your camera roll right now is not holding you back. Because you know what? Not everything deserves your energy. It's not just about the outcome. It's about your entire growth from January to December. So by the end of this, you should have a clear direction and renewed focus. Looking at what you just wrote down, let's dive a little deeper. Flip to the next page and think about these questions. What still feels aligned? What needs to be changed? If December 31st was tomorrow, how would you feel or act knowing that you completed every one of your goals? Show up as her now. Think about, where am I forcing something that's just not working? Time wasters are stealing your joy. Think back to how you achieved the goals, the milestones, and overcame challenges so far. Focus on that first page, everything that you wrote down. Focus on what is actually working right now. Sometimes New Year's resolutions are more of aspirational thoughts, and it's not actually going to put you on that right path so that you can succeed, so that you can hit those goals. Oh, another good one. What did I think I wanted that I actually didn't? What's one belief about myself that I need to let go? What's one thing I've outgrown this year? What's one thing that is draining my energy? For me, that's doing too much and not slowing down, not having a day for myself. I'm very much a go-getter, always on go, never see the red stop sign. I am just always moving. There's always something that I want to be doing or accomplishing. It's really been taking a toll on me this year because yes, I do want to be a full-time content creator. I have so many things going on, personal and work life, and I'm just like not having a good balance. So what's draining my energy is just feeling like I'm saying yes to too many things and I'm not able to slow down. I'm not able to give myself a me day. I'm not able to do simple self care like everything showers or just sitting on the couch and watching a movie. I'm not able to do those things because I work 7 days a week, at least 14, 15 hours every single day. Where's time for sleep? Where's time for me? It's just not there. So that's something that's been draining my energy. What's one thing I've learned about myself this year? More questions that you could ask yourself. What's something that I can do more of this year? What's one thing I've learned about myself this year? Where did you focus your most time and effort? And lastly, what routines need a refresh? All of these are questions that you should be asking just to help paint a picture of what you've been doing, what's not working, and what you can change. That's it. And it just takes a simple notebook, 3 pages max, and you'll have all the answers you need. The hard part is just following them, but that's why consistency is our spirit word this year. We're not falling behind. We're going to stay consistent, we're going to stay disciplined, and we're going to get everything done that we have dreamed of. Period. Manifesting, mark my words, just yes, done. No doubt for me, what still feels aligned is the drive that I have for wanting to become a full-time content creator, for continuing my road in acting and getting more commercials and even some theatrical roles, posting on YouTube, Instagram. I can only put so many hours into that because I do have a full-time job. So that's the part that sucks, and it's always like pulling me in two different directions. And I still want to have a personal life. I want to have a me day. I want everything showers and watching movies on the couch. And it's hard to do all of that when you have these big goals that are just screaming in your ear because that's the person that you want to be so bad. I'm at the point where it's July and I think I've posted maybe 3 YouTube videos, maybe 4. I hate that. It really bugs me. I have to know that, bills do come first, and I just have to try and find a middle ground. I have to try and be consistent, even if it's posting every other week rather than my original goal of posting 2 times a week. I just need to find a solution that's going to work for myself. When I think back, something I'm really proud of is the fact that I moved to this apartment that I'm at right now. Y'all don't even know the situation that I was in before, like with roommates and everything. It just was not fitting for the type of life that I wanted to have for myself. So I'm very proud that I saved up the money. I worked hard, was able to get my credit to a point where I could get this place. I can't even put into words just how proud I am of myself and having the drive to get a place like this in a really, really nice part of LA. And that makes me know that no matter what, I have that drive, I have that passion, and I can do anything the hell that I want to do. I just have to work for it and push hard enough. Realignment, not perfection. This is about getting real with yourself and knowing what to keep, start, or drop. Think about what is realistic to your life and timeline. I like to reflect, reassess, and then adjust. Think about the person you want to be and then start showing up as her. You want to embody her characteristics, her mind, the way she talks, the way she's disciplined, and damn, that girl gets everything she wants. That's her. That's who you want to be, right? She doesn't do it with ease. No, not with ease, but it's because she's consistent and she worked for it. She deserves it. As I said earlier, I'm the type of person that dreams about the woman I want to be 24/7. And I'm not even joking. I don't really put this on my channel too much. I don't talk about these kinds of things. But today in this video, we are opening up, okay? I'm not even joking when I tell you I dream about the person she is, the type of husband she has, what she does for a living, the house she lives in, how many pets she has, how many kids she has, even the boys and girls' names, her supportive friends. All the things that this woman has is who I want to become. And there's a gap right now. It's like, how do you get there? Year after year, I think I'm doing things to finally morph into that girl that I'm trying to be. But for whatever reason, life be life in. And consistency is a challenge for me, honestly. So I just find myself more and more behind and just feeling like a failure. And that's real. That's me being so honest with you right now. But the simple fact that I dream about becoming this woman 24/7, like, it does not shut off in my mind. The fact that I have this urge to become her so bad and it never goes away, that's enough for me to want to keep going. And that is why I will never give up on trying to become my highest self. Something I started doing about a year ago is creating the person I want to be, but on paper. My non-negotiables. The person I want to be would never do this. The person I want to be walks and talks like this. Do you know what I mean? If you don't, I'm going to show you my exact guideline on how I write this out every year, and I even readjust it multiple times throughout the year. It's something that just helps me stay on track. Yes, I haven't become the woman that I want to be, but I am telling you, I am so different than I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. So there is some truth to this. What you're going to do is write out the non-negotiables for your future self. The person I want to be will. Just think from the heart about who you truly want to be. Something that makes you so emotional, as I am right now, like literally about to tear up. Something that just tugs at your heart. Something that you're missing out of life. Whether that's career or relationships or like friendships, anything in your life. Think about that person that you want to be. What are their non-negotiables? What are things that they do every single day? Once you have that written down, you want to go to the next step. Write on your notebook, this year, I'm finally letting myself ... And you're going to write out 3 answers. 3-1-1. When it comes to thinking about the person you want to be, you have to follow 3-1-1. That's what I like to call it. This year, I'm finally letting myself. And then on the next line, create one boundary that you want for your future self. This is a boundary to protect your energy. And then lastly, you need one word, whether that's an intention or a word. This is what's going to guide you for the rest of the year. That's why I said in the beginning of this video, for me personally on my page, my spirit word is intentional. That's it. This year, I'm finally letting myself. One boundary to protect your energy. One spirit word or intentional phrase that's going to help guide you for the rest of the year. You want to be blunt, get honest, go in on yourself. Remove people from your life that aren't supporting you if you have to. Let me tell you, sometimes people just aren't meant to move on to the next phase of your life. It's that simple. We all go through stages of life, and even if you're in your 20s right now, your 30s, your 40s, it doesn't matter. Not everyone is meant to ride with you to the very end of your years. Maybe the things that you're so comfortable with right now is what's holding you back. I have to tell myself that sometimes too. All I want you to do right now is accept your wake-up call, and don't hang up until you're finished becoming that person that you want to be. Get honest with yourself about how you're truly feeling about life lately. God honest truth. Are you happy? Have you been feeling mostly tired, excited, drained? All 3? I'm gonna say all 3 for me. You know what someone told me recently is that your feelings, they actually hold the map. Your feelings hold the map. So let that guide and motivate you. But something we all need to remember is realignment is growth. It's not failure. We're not doing anything wrong. We just need to realign, readjust, and we're still gonna get there. It just takes a little extra time, a little extra work. We just have to go in on ourselves just a little bit. I'm telling myself this right now, but I'm going to say it to you as if I was talking to myself. Darling, you're okay where you are. You're just trying to better the life that you already have. That's it. That's it. That's it. Create a vision board if you haven't already. I just did mine last week for the very first time in my life. I'm telling you, any bit of motivation that you have around your house is going to help. Even if you're watching this in October, that's still 3 months left to put in the effort. 3-1-1. Final step. Save these affirmations for when you need a boost. The year is still yours. Now lock in.